If this was a single-family home in a typical neighborhood, you would ask your insurance agent to provide you with a standard homeowner's insurance policy. You would select the limits of coverage and you would settle on the cost. But because you're living in a community association, it's not quite that simple. For example, if you're living in a condominium association, you share in the ownership of the common areas with all the other owners. This may include the outside of your home and maybe even some of the inside. If you're living in a home or property owners association, the association probably owns some common property for which you share responsibility. In either case, you have to make sure that between the insurance the association has for the common areas and the insurance you have for your home, that everything necessary is covered, that there are no gaps through which your wallet and security could fall. Also, you would not want to personally pay to insure items that the association has already covered. This video is designed to provide you with a very brief overview of what you need to know about the relationship of the association's insurance and your personal coverage. What types of policies should you be looking at? Homeowners policies start with an HO designation. If you own and live in a condominium unit, then you should be looking at an HO6 or HO6A policy. If you own the unit, but you're renting it to others, then an HO6 with a rent to others is a necessary endorsement. If you rent your unit from someone else, then you need an HO4. If you live in a single-family home in a homeowners or property owners association, then you need to decide between an HO1, 2, 3, or 7, or other special form. Ask your agent about these. You need to fully understand what the association covers and what it doesn't. Basically, their insurance deals with just the general common areas and sometimes the limited. There should be both property and liability coverage. You should have received at your closing a certificate of insurance showing that the policies are in effect and whom they're with. You now need to sit down with your agent and make sure you cover any area not already covered. If you don't have an insurance agent, then you may want to talk to the agent who handles the association's policies. In that way, if there's a claim, you won't face a dispute between agents as to whose policies cover what. What are some of the areas you need to be concerned with? Your personal insurance should include replacement cost coverage for both your home and its contents. If you live in an area where major disasters occur, such as floods, earthquakes, or hurricanes, the association may have obtained special coverage to protect the common areas. But you'll also have to obtain special endorsements for your policies in these areas. Just because the association has obtained flood insurance doesn't mean the areas you own are covered under it. You should have coverage for backups of sewers and drains. There should be additional coverage for glass breakage with a $0 deductible. Some policies will cover decorating and floor coverings, but many will not. Make sure both the property and the personal property limits are real, not just estimated. This is very important if you've upgraded items inside the home. Also, make sure your policy is an all-risk type, not named peril. There is also special coverage called loss assessment coverage. This doesn't mean that if you don't pay your assessment, the insurance company will. This coverage kicks in if you face an additional or special assessment as a result of loss that is not fully covered by the association's insurance. For example, if someone slips and falls and successfully sues the association for more than their liability coverage pays, and the association assesses the owners the difference, this should cover your share. If you live in a condominium, and if someone has lived in this unit before you, do you know if they've replaced any of the items such as cabinets, carpeting, fixtures, and so on? If they have, or if you're not sure, then you need to talk to your agent about betterments and improvements coverage. Many associations' master policies exclude coverage for areas that have been changed since the original owner. Talk to your agent about this specifically. Don't forget liability insurance. Just because the association has a large liability policy doesn't mean that accidents that occur within your home will be covered. You need to protect yourself also. If your association has a meeting with the insurance agent where the policies are explained, take a few minutes and go. It's good to both know about and to show an interest in the activities of the association. Insurance is something no one likes to think about, but when it's needed, there's no substitute for a good agent and a good policy. After all, it's your home and your association.